Welcome back to Role Player with the Monsters and Minions expansion. I'm trying to build the best human rogue possible, and I don't think I'm doing a very good job. I had a lot of twos. I got 4 twos out here, which is not ideal. Well, let's just begin. I think what I'm going to do with these episodes, I'm going to do 3 turns an episode. And that should be then I think 4 more episodes to finish off the series. So of course, first thing we need to do on the turn, we're going to roll 3 dice, and let's hope we get 3 sixes, something we need. All right, let's go to the dice tray. We're going to grab 3 dice and roll them up. All right, bit of a long shot so that I can grab the bag. And let's see, the first 2 is one of the boost dice, and a purple. We actually need a purple in the last one. Gold. All right, well, pretty good. Let's take the 3 of them, roll them up, and see what we get. And we get a 2 purple, a 4 gold, and a 7 for the boost die. All right, we're going to have to decide, or we're going to put them onto the card, then we're going to decide which one we're going to pick. All right, we have our 3 choices, because we'll go low to high. I think this is really tempting because of the amount of gold you would get. But I think I want to get this 7, this boost die. So we're going to take the 7, and we're going to go put that on our card. But of course, that's going to mess over our market area twice with 2 die rolls. But let's go ahead and put the 7 on our character sheet. All right, trying to look at the points here. It looks like dexterity. If we can get 18 in dexterity, exactly, we're going to have 4 points. So I think we're going to put the 7 here. Give us a little bit more options. Now with the 7, we can swap any 2 dice anywhere we want, and I don't think I'm going to use that ability because I got a bunch of 2s. I don't really want to move the 6 out of the Constitution, so it just means I can move some 2s around, but I'm not going to do that. So there we go, and that's optional. You don't have to do the ability here. So now we have 7 in Constitution. All right, well, it's market phase time. We're going to have to roll 2 dice, and we're going to have to knock out some cards and or mess over the minion, perhaps. So let's get to the dice tray and roll up 2 dice. And we're rolling 2 dice because we took choice number 3. All right, and the 2 dice, of course, are the 2 gold dice we set aside at the beginning of the game. And we roll a 5 and a 2, which I think is not bad. The 5 is going to cycle the minion, and the 2 is going to knock out the second card in the market lineup. So let's go ahead, cycle the minion, and then we're going to knock out the second card. All right, the minion was our satyr, +1 combat die for each die in your charisma roll. Well, that's not going to happen. So we're going to get rid of him, and we're going to go on to the next one, which is the lowly kobold. +1 combat die for each die in your dex area. We have 1. So we could be rolling 2 dice against a kobold. Oh, man. But we could end up getting a wound. I don't know. Let's go to the market area. We got to knock out card number 2, and we'll see if there's something there we might want to buy instead. All right, and the second card in the lineup is Tumble, and we don't really care about this one anyway. We don't want to be messing around with our alignment. Although we are the rogue, we don't have to shift our alignment card. This might be come in handy, but guess what? It's out of the game because of the die roll. So we have either sleight of hand we could purchase, longsword, when scoring attribute +1 value to all dice of your class. So far that's not coming in handy. I like the unholy flail though. +1 combat die to any combat against a minion or a monster. I think we're going to spend 5 gold, of which is easily done for us because you have a lot. I think we have 8 gold. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, we have 8 gold. So we're going to spend 5 of it, and we are going to get the unholy flail. So that is going to be part of our, that's going to be our weapon now. Yeah, awesome. And then, of course, at the end, the other cards will be discarded. We remove the dice, of course, from the locations, and we're going to get 4 new cards. We get a jeweled dagger. Did that show up there? When scoring attribute goals, +1 value to all gold dice. Okay. And we get a blessed mace. While we're getting weapons galore here. Any player discards a card from the market, gain a gold. Guess that would be including yourself. We have loyal. Gain 4 if you have completed all your attribute goals. Oh, wow. I'm not nearly on my way to doing that, so that kind of be a useless card for me. And we have dedicated. And it says gain 2 points if you have at least 1 weapon card, 1 skill, 2 traits, and an armor. Wow, that's a heck of a lot of stuff to gather. Costing 4 for just 2 points. But points are the name of this game. All right, that's basically that's the end of our turn. And so we're going to do 2 more turns for this episode. And we're going to start again by rolling 3 dice. We're going to back the camera out. We're going to have 3 dice out of the bag and get going again. All right, we're back to the long distance because we want to make sure we get no cheating going on here. All right, that's 2 blue. Oh, come on. We actually need a black. Or is it black? Is that a black? No, it's a purple. 2 blue and a purple. All right, not really getting what I want so much. And now that I see, okay, anyway, we got a purple. We need a purple. Oh, man, we really need the purple die. What does it roll? It rolls a 2, of course. We have a 2, a 4, and a 5. Wow, that sucks. It really does. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put, oh, man, this is just awful. Don't like it, don't like it, don't like it. Well, we're going to put them on, and we're going to have to decide which of the 3 dice I want to keep for my character. All right, I'm just not getting good picks, and I'm not rolling very well. I really want that purple. I really want it badly. I'm going to take it. It's a 2. I know it's a 2. That's going to be the 5th 2 I'm putting on my character, which sucks. But I really do want the purple die. So, with that said, let's take our lowly 2 and put it on our character sheet. Okay, I'm going to put the 2 right here in Dex, and then we can swap any 2 dice around on the board. So I'm going to place it down there, and then I'm going to exchange these 2 in the Dex row. And that then allows me to get the purple where it's supposed to be. So basically one of the first purple dice, or is it? I can't remember, that I've got. So I want to make sure I get a black here, purple here. I want a red in Constitution. I've got the blue where I need it. I need a green die here, a white one here. If I can do all that, that'll get me 6 points. I know this is nowhere near 18, but I have a plan to flip that one over with using the strength, making it a 5, then I'll have 12, and I just need a 6 there. Yeah, wishful thinking. I know. All right, well, it's market time. Now, I have chosen the first option, so we're not going to mess with any cards. So they're all available for purchase, or we can take on the Kobold. And I do think that's what we're going to do. We do have the Unholy Flail. +1 combat die to any combat against a minion or monster. That gives us +1. The Kobold, it says you get a +1 combat die for every dex. We have 2 in the dex, so that'll be 3 dice, and you get a basic 1 die. So we're going to be rolling 4 dice against the Kobold. So let's go to the dice tray, and we're going to take on the Kobold this time. All right, and let's hope we get better luck. So we're rolling 4 dice, 4 of them. And we need a 10 plus to get the maximum reward. Now, if I roll 4 ones, that will be a sign that we are not going to do well. All right. We are rolling against the Kobold. 4 dice. Let's see what we get. Come on, something good. Oh, wow, do I roll horribly. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, you read it correctly. 9. Rolling 4 dice, I'm going to get a 9. That is pretty sucky. However, if we look at this card, it still does have the trophy marker on there. So we're going to get it as a trophy, which means we get to look at the location of the Chimera. We'll get some glare off this card, and we're going to get 2 experience points. So not all lost. So we're going to grab him as a trophy. We're going to get 2 experience points. That's going to take us to a total of 6 experience, which is pretty good. We'll be able to spend that on different things when we need to. And yes, we're going to flip up the next monster, and the next one's going to be a Harpy, +1 combat die for each monster color. Monster color in your character sheet, which would be purple. Okay, but the bonus for smacking down the Kobold with the trophy symbol on it, we do now get to look at the location. So we're going to do that. Because we're playing solo here on my channel, I'm just going to flip it over and leave it flipped over because we can look at it any time we like. So, all right, let's take a look at the location card. All right, so I guess we beat the location out of the Kobold, and he's coughed it up and told us. And the location is the cathedral, the Chimera in the cathedral. All right, for the candlestick. Okay, so the player with the most skill cards gains 2 XP, and it's a minimum of 2 as a one player. There's a little 1p on there. So we actually need, if we want to get that benefit, we need to have 2 traits. 2 skill cards, and right now we have none. We have just a weapon. So we could concentrate on getting skill cards. I'm not sure about that. And that's basically the end of the round here. So yeah, the dice would be coming off of the other sections there, 2 and 3, going back in the bag, and we're going to refresh the market now. All right, we didn't purchase any market cards. They all go into the discard pile, which is getting huge. All right, we're going to refresh the market now, and we're going to get Foolish, which is gain 2 points if either your intelligence or wisdom attribute score is 8 or less. Ooh, that I do kind of like. All right, Mesmerize. Immediately gain gold equal to the face value of the die in the first position of your charisma attribute roll. That would be 4. That's a scroll. We have Courageous. When scoring attribute goals, +2 or -2 value to any single attribute score. Okay, so we can just add 2 or -2 to any single attribute score. Okay, I kind of like that. And we have Obnoxious. Gain 2 points for each attribute roll with 3 of the same colored dice. A row, well, that could be strength, but I do want to put a black in there, so I'm probably not going to worry about that one. All right, that's refreshing the market. So we're going to do one more turn for this episode. And of course, turn means rolling of the 3 dice. I'm going to zoom back out again. We're going to get rolling 3 dice and see what other lame 2s I can roll. Darn it. All right, long shotting again because, yes, you don't want me to be cheating, do you? So, well, I got 3 at the time here. No black. Darn it! All right, well, we got a white, which I think we need. We do need the white, red, and green. All right, let's get rolling these. And high numbers. Yes, a white 6. I am liking that, I think. So we got a red 4, green 4, and a white 6. Finally, a bit of luck, I think. We're going to go ahead and put them on the option cards there, 1, 2, or 3, and decide which one to pick for our character. I think I already know. All right, a bit of luck. Yay! Okay, so yeah, I'm going to take the white 6. We need some high numbers. I have way too many 2s. We're taking the 6. There's an obvious place for it, so let's get down to the character sheet and get putting that 6 on there. And yes, we're going to be nerfing our market deck pretty heavily by having to roll 2 dice. All right, and the 6. The 6. We got a 6. Yay. We're going to put that in Charisma because we need a 15 or 16 for 2 points. Now it's going to give us 10, so we just need a 5 or 6 in here. And we are then going to get a -1 market chip, which means anything on the market this round is going to cost us -$1 or -1 gold. We have 3, so we could pay up to 4 gold for something in the market square, or we can go ahead and take on the harpy, but we have to roll our 2 dice first and see what happens to our market deck, or possibly the minion's going to swap out as well. Okay, we're rolling our 2 dice, and we're going to see what happens. We get a 6 and a 2. All right, so the number 2 card's going to go away, and yeah, we're going to be flipping the minion. So let's go ahead and flip the minion and get rid of card number 2. All right, we didn't really like that harpy anyway. It's going to go to the bottom of the deck. And we're going to flip up a new minion, and it's an ooze, or a gelatinous cube, I think is an old school term for it. So we have an ooze, a +1 combat die for each green die on your character sheet. We have 1. Well, that would give us 2 plus the unholy. We could roll 3 dice against this because of the unholy flail. We have 1 green die plus a basic. Do I want to try and do that? Oh, man. Ooh, it would give us 2 gold, a +1 at the end for final combat, and an experience. Or do we want to go to the market and buy something? Let's go to the market right now. We got to get rid of card number 2 anyway and see what we want to do. All right, we do have -1 to buy anything, so we have 2, 2. This would be cost us 1, 1, 2, and 4. What do we want to do? Hey, I think, well, we got to get rid of card 2. I mean, that's just obvious. That's gone because of the die roll. I am tempted to take Foolish if either of your intelligence or wisdom is less than 8. There's a very good possibility of that because I have only 4 in my intelligence at the moment. So if I put, it was 8 or less, if I put a 4 or less in the intelligence row, this would trigger, giving us 2 points. Intelligence would only give us 1 point anyway. I think we're going to purchase this one. So it's going to cost us -1. So it only costs us 1 gold. We have 3, so we're going to spend 1 gold. We're going to get it. Now, we do have to move our alignment 1 to the right as soon as we pick this card up. So we're going to do that. So we have our first trait, which is Foolish. So let's go ahead and move our alignment to the right, which doesn't do us much good, but we do have ways to get it back again. So back to our character sheet to do that. Okay, so here's our alignment. We're sitting on the nice +3 points. We have to move 1 to the right to chaotic. That puts us on the -1. That just nerfed us of 4 points basically. But remember, when we put dice in the wisdom row, we get to move our alignment any which way. So we should be able to move it back. And now we have the Foolish trait, which is going to give us 2 points at the end of the game if either our intelligence or wisdom is 8 or less. And as you can see, our intelligence here, we're thick as a stick here. We have no wisdom, no intelligence, but this is going to give us maybe some points. It will only give us 1 point for 14 plus on both of these, but we can get 2 points for having Foolish. So that, I think net will help us out a bit. All right, we're not quite finished our episode yet. We're going to have to go back over to the market deck, refresh it, and that's going to end us off. All right, we only have 2 cards left in the market, and yes, they get to be put in the discard pile, which is massively huge. We do get 4 new cards out, so for the next episode, we're going to have Pickpocket, which says you can move your alignment down and decrease the face value of 1 die on your character sheet by 1 to gain 2 gold. Ooh, that would be good for us. We can knock our intelligence right down to next to nothing. We don't have to move the alignment because we're the rogue. We're mischievous. Whenever we use a skill card, again, because we're the rogue, we don't have to move our alignment. I like that. That may go away though. And the next we have is a piece of armor, a chain helm. Good for red and white classes. We're a black class. Not going to do us any good. Probably don't care about it. And then we have the Mystic Cloak, which is good for green and blue classes. Again, we're black. We don't really care about that one either. And the last market card for beginning of our next episode is Honest. We're a rogue. You really think we're honest? All right, gain 3 points for each column on your character sheet with 4 more dice of the same color. Yeah, like that's going to happen. No, it's not. Only thing I'm interested in, I think, is the Pickpocket. I like that one, but we're going to have to figure that out for next time. So we're just going to zoom on our character a little bit, and we're going to end off our episode for today. All right, kind of a longish shot of our character. We haven't finished any complete row yet. We're doing well with strength. 16 to 17 is going to give us 2 points. I really want to get 18 dexterity. I got to remember when I use my strength, I want to flip this 2 over to a 5. These are all things, of course, I have to remember. Constitution sitting at 8. That's not fantastic. We need a 14 or 15 to get 2 points. And our intelligence, we don't really care about it because we have Foolish. Wisdom, we probably would like to have our wisdom be 14 plus for the point. And we'll see what happens. And we have 10 down here in Constitution. Doing okay. Doing okay. And so far, we've managed to put the colored dice where we need them. We've got the purple, the blue, and the white where we want them. Here, we've knocked out a Kobold. We've looked at the location, which gives us 2 experience. If we have 2 skill cards, of course, we have no skill cards. We have the Unholy Flail. Gives us +1 combat against minions and monsters, which is cool. And the Foolish, of course, we've already talked about. 2 gold left, 6 experience. And we are probably about almost halfway to completing our human rogue, separated at birth from her twin individualist. All right, so thanks so much for watching along. This is Role Player with the Monsters and Minions expansion added in. I quite like it, and I thought I was doing horrendously awful at the beginning, but it seems like we're doing a little bit better, he said. We'll find out in the next few episodes when we conclude the playthrough. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, likes. Really appreciate it. Join me next time for the continuation of our human rogue as we build up her character to take on the Chimera and be a monster slayer. Maybe. Or maybe an NPC. We'll see at the end. So thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.